For today's episode, it's a just lovely evening sail. And that's one of the nice things about kind of getting into the fall in Colorado up in the mountains is that during the summer you have a lot of thunderstorm activity in the afternoon, a lot more volatility in the atmosphere. And then as you start getting toward the end of August and into September, things just start calming down. And so this is the time of year where I start spending my afternoons and evenings at the lake and just have longer sailing days. So on this day, I got to the lake at 8 o'clock. I was sailing by 8:45. And so now at this point, I've been out on the lake for like 10 hours. And so typical in the summer in Colorado up in the mountains, it's light, steady winds in the morning. And then you have like midday where it's just very flat. And the wind kind of dies for anywhere from, could be as little as 20 minutes, but sometimes it's 2 or 3 hours. And on this day, that's what happened. I actually went back to the marina and tied up for a little while because it was just flat for like 2 or 3 hours. And so about 4:30 in the afternoon, the wind started picking up, and I went back out. And so now it's just really nice. The air, is starting to cool down a little bit as the sun is getting low. The boat is moving really, really nice. And it's turned into a lovely afternoon sail. I'm glad that I decided to stay and, didn't just pack it in and head home. On this day, steady winds were 0 to 15 knots, and then the gusts were 14 to 21 knots. And so the biggest gust this day was 21 knots, about 24 miles an hour. And here you can see the tiller is just steady, very little rudder input. And that's, what you want. That's when you know that the boat has good trim and that there's good balance and everything. They call that neutral helm. And that's really what you want because you don't want to be putting a lot of rudder in because that just slows down the boat. So a little bit of a lull here. So the wind just slacks a bit. But, the boat's still moving pretty nice. And you can see it's, partly cloudy, and, the bottoms of the clouds are a little dark, but nothing threatening at all. So just, typical late August, early September type of weather. And so on this day, I ended up spending a full 12 hours on the lake. I mean, it was just such a great day on the lake. And so here you can see a big gust comes through, the winds pick up a little bit, and so I decide it's time to put in a reef. And, because you never know how big the gusts are going to be, and they vary wildly. I mean, this lake regularly gets 40, 50 mile an hour gusts. So I typically, now that I have a second reef, I just always go straight to the second reef. And it just, keeps the boat flatter, keeps everything under control, and it's, the boat moves great. You can see I'm double reefed, and the boat's moving really, really well. I still have my full 100% working jib up front. In these conditions, it's fine. There's a little bit of lee helm sometimes with a 100% jib and a double reefed main, but the boat's moving good. So you can see the sun getting low, and I love when you get the reflection of the sun on the water. It's just a really nice time to be on the water. That late evening. I guess the golden hour, right? Like it's just, it's nice. And you can see there's nobody on the lake. School in Colorado, school starts in mid-August. And so, on a weekday, the lake's just empty. feel very, very fortunate to be able to enjoy those last couple, 3, 4 weeks at this beautiful mountain lake each year. And every year I look forward to it, and I'm so glad that I get to share it with all of you. So here you can see, the boat is heeling a little bit. Big gusts are coming through, and this is the kind of sailing that I really like. I get excited when I start putting in reefs, and for me, this is the kind of sailing I look forward to. And it's not white capping just yet, but when the winds pick up, it's just really nice. It's a lot of fun. All right, well, as always, I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.